So inflation is coming down. It came down beautifully from 9% to 5%. It's now getting harder. And I used this analogy before, and I think it's a fantastic analogy. All right, I'm go to the gym. I work out. I drop a few pounds. I'm feeling great. I lose the first 10 pounds really easily. Maybe next 20 pounds, whatever it is. Now I'm at a point where I say, okay, I just want to lose a little bit more and get my six-pack. The answer is, how hard is that to do? That's the hardest part of training, is that last little bit. That's the way inflation is going to be. And so you have all these people talking about deflation. That's not going to happen. And I'm going to tell you why. It's not going to happen because the reason people are making more money is because the general wage got raised. We know people that were making $12 went to $25 per hour. All right, that is going to be sticky. You can't start reducing people's wages. Once you set them at $25 an hour, you can't bring that down. That's going to keep inflation sticky north of 3%. With it north of 3%, ask yourself this: when the heck is the Fed going to cut rates? How can they cut rates? And you might say, well, oh, they could cut rates, no big deal. Well, if you're at 1.5% and you raise and inflation jumps to 9%, now if you start at 3%, where is inflation going to top out? 15%? How are we going to feel about that? I don't think the Fed wants to do that. They're going to be very reluctant to lower interest rates. Now, right now, markets, are they pricing in anything like this? And the answer is absolutely not.
Bitcoin and altcoins have been volatile in the past 2 days as the cryptocurrency markets come to terms with the actions of the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, against two of the biggest crypto exchanges, Binance and Coinbase. After the initial knee-jerk reaction to the news and the subsequent rebound, markets are likely to enter a range as traders reflect upon the uncertainty around the lawsuits. The initial response has been encouraging, as the markets have not collapsed, indicating the growing maturity of the crypto space. Hello, and welcome to Money Talks. In today's video, Gareth Soloway shares his analysis for the Bitcoin price chart and his prediction for the next Fed move on inflation and more. So without wasting any time, let's get in the video.
Bitcoin having a beautiful reversal yesterday. So essentially, you have to understand the metrics going on. 2 days ago, the SEC sued Binance, and they levied some really serious accusations. If these accusations are true, that's cataclysmic for the crypto markets. Now, what I find fascinating here is you essentially have a market that yesterday rebounded and negated that move. Now, to me, this is an interesting dynamic, and I'll tell you the dynamic that honestly makes me intrigued, is that you have a crypto investing public that essentially is saying, no, we don't believe. The SEC has lost credibility to the point that when they say that Binance was doing shady things with funds, we're not going to believe them. Because if this was true and Binance ultimately collapses, the detriment to the crypto markets would be massive. All right, so you have investors that are coming in and saying no. Now, granted, yesterday the SEC sued Coinbase. Now, remember, there's a difference here. The Binance stuff, the allegations were really bad. Coinbase, the SEC was just saying, hey, you're allowing people to trade unregulated securities. That's nothing new. We knew that already, right? The SEC had already said that, hey, listen, the crypto, everything but Bitcoin's essentially a security. Okay, well, if they already said that, then yeah, you're right. Coinbase is letting people trade unregulated securities. So I think that's one of the keys, is also when people started to realize that, that's when they got to a point where they said, all right, shorts started to cover, you saw a little push up, and now we're popping up. Now, as I take a drink here real quick, and it's not vodka, by the way, it's actually tea. But if we go to the charts here, what I wanted to talk about here is the chart basis. What is the chart telling us? Because that's all news. And you guys know, yeah, I pay attention to news. I think even technical analysts and technicians need to know what's going on with the news. But what we need to do is say, what is the chart telling us? And the chart's very simple. The chart is saying that right now we are holding this area of support. And I want to draw a trend line in here. As long as you hold this general area, and if I put a line through this low right over here, we can clearly see that we closed that down day on Binance right at that level. We then rallied back up. So we're stuck between a range. Now, this is your upside resistance, very clear right here. This is your downside support. If support breaks, we're going to 24,000. That's your next target. Excuse me. All right. Now, if we go to the upside, this is your resistance. Now, if we get over this 28.3 level, we're going to head back to 30,500, which is the top. And I called that. And again, lots of people were doubters. There were so many haters out there talking about, oh, 30,500. It's now a breakout. It's going to 100,000. The charts are the charts, folks. I go with the probabilities. Everything I look at is always based on probabilities. There's no emotion. There's no nothing. It's what are the charts telling me? I translate that into probabilities. The bottom line is, if we go back to the chart right now, yes, it was a good bounce yesterday. We're pulling back today a little bit, but we're still in this pattern formation. It is a bearish pattern formation, meaning that the chart is telling us that there is a slightly higher probability to downside still. What would change that? If we get above this 28.3 level. We get above 28.3, it opens the door to retesting the highs. The highs would be resistance, but that at least would open the door to it. And again, this is just, it's unbiased. It's just, that's what the charts say. You can be one of those people that lives on hopium, that's fine. Or you can be someone who is a realist and a logical thinker. Those are the people in general that will make money in the markets. All right.
United States Securities and Commission Chair Gary Gensler once offered to serve as an advisor to Binance. Lawyers representing the crypto exchange and its founder Changpeng Zhao have alleged. According to a June 7th CNBC report, documents filed by the SEC on June 7th indicated attorneys from Gibson and Dunn and Latham and Watkins alleged Gensler offered to serve as an advisor to the exchange in March 2019. However, a previous report from the Wall Street Journal in March indicated that Binance had actually approached Gensler first in 2018 for the advisor role. Additionally, the report claims multiple private companies approached Gensler to serve as an advisor while teaching at MIT, but he declined all the offers. United States President Joe Biden nominated Gensler to chair the SEC in February 2021, and he was sworn into office on April 17, 2021. The SEC sued Binance on June 5th for failing to register as a securities exchange and for allegedly operating illegally in the U.S. The financial regulator pressed a total of 13 charges against the crypto exchange, including unregistered offers and sales of the BNB and Binance USD tokens, as well as its staking program. On the same day, Zhao sparked debate on Twitter when he pointed out that the SEC never sued FTX, despite Gensler claiming there were many parallels between the two companies in an interview. So, is it a good time to invest in Bitcoin? And what's your prediction for Bitcoin in 2023? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon with the next video. Thank you so much for watching.